Comics of 100 Years Ago, January 25th, 1925. It's Little Orphan Annie by Harold Gray. Annie rides in a boat with a cat and a parrot saying, "If an old geezer like Columbus could discover a new world, I guess I can." "Blah, I'm seasick," says the parrot. Mrs. Bottle sends Annie up to the stairs saying, "You go up to your room and stay there. No dinner for you today. You're not worth your salt." "Yes'm, Miss Bottle," says Annie. She sits on a chair by the door and says, "Aw, gee whiskers, that settles it. What's the use of trying to be good when it just gets you in bad?" "Poor little Emily Marie," she says as she digs for her underneath her mattress. "No sunshine for you or nothing. I wouldn't mind working so hard, but I have to neglect you. That's what hurts." She sets Emily Marie against some pillows and says, "I know you're always cheerful, Emily, no matter what happens, but it isn't right, and I don't intend to stand for it any longer." She begins to tear a sheet. "Ever since I've been in this old place, I've scrubbed and polished and stoked the furnace and wrestled packing boxes and barrels all day, every day, and lived on mush and milk, too. But I didn't kick." She begins to tie the sheet to the bedpost and says, "But now I don't even eat regular. I'm all fed up on this bottle bungalow, I am. This is no place to bring you up, Emily Marie. We've got to move." She puts on a big hat and a big coat. She looks kind of like Harpo Marx. "And we've got to get out of here without being seen. We'll just drop into the alley and do a fade out." She tosses Emily Marie and a little bindle she's got put together. "This is a dirty trick, Emily, but it won't hurt you. Don't yell now. I'll be right down." Annie begins to climb down the bedsheet rope she made. "Leapin' lizards, the suspense is terrible. Talk about fast trips. If anything slips now, I'll bust all records, and that's not all." "Whoops," she cries as she falls on top of Emily Marie. Looking up at the torn sheet, she says, "You sure saved your mama that time, Emily Marie. If I hadn't had you to fall back on, this would have been the end of the line for us." She ties her bindle to a stick and walks down the road as the sun sets. A sign says 10 miles to somewhere, pointing back to where Annie came from, and she says, "A kid that'll run away from home must be Bughouse, Emily Marie. But running away for a home, that's a rocking horse of a different color."